And this original Yoshi game, I think this was the first Yoshi game that released.
Yeah, Blue Tide actually 99 cents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that would be 99 cents.
They also had a display case full of loose DS games as well. What is up, everyone? It is Austin, and we are back with another episode of my $10 Nintendo Collection series. We have slowly been building up our Nintendo collection each and every week, going to thrift stores, pawn shops, game stores, and just finding the best deals we can. Our goal right now is to try to find 3 games from these Nintendo franchises on my list, and in total that'll be around 30 games that we need to seek out and add to our collection. So I remember reading through some of the comments in some of my previous videos, and there was one comment or one question that kind of stuck out to me. Someone asked or requested that I try picking up more quality games instead of the quantity of games. And to me, this kind of confused me because I need a better definition of what they mean by quality of games. Does quality mean the game and the gameplay in general? Does quality mean the value of the game or the rarity of the game? There's so many parts into this. I have always tried to stick to picking up some decent quality games in my collection. You guys notice I don't pick up any yearly sports titles. It's just not worth my time to pick up, and I'm really not interested in those. But I think people are confusing quality by rare or expensive. As someone who is buying to collect these games, I'm not looking for the most expensive games. I'm not looking for the most rare of games. For example, you have a game like Mario Party 2 on the N64. Very high quality game to me, one of my favorite childhood games, and I'm really happy to have this and own this. Purchased it for around $20 in our series. But if you compare it to a game like, let's say, Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, this game values for over $1,000. Do you guys consider that to be a quality game? To me, I would probably never pay that much for that game simply because I don't really have any interest in that game and I don't think it's a good game overall. Or you could compare this to a game like Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is actually my favorite game, and that game values for over $100. I think I would pay that much for that game because it's a big childhood favorite of mine as well. The gameplay is amazing. Just the game in general is just a really good game. For this series specifically, I'm just trying to build up a big Nintendo collection with some awesome video games that maybe I didn't know before or am planning on trying out at some point. And I know there are a lot of great Nintendo titles that are all under $10 or $20. Let me know all of your guys' thoughts and opinions on quality of games versus just getting the quantity of games. Back to this collection though, it's gonna be a really busy month for me. I'm gonna have to try to push through and seek out video games and items for me to flip to build up our game fund and then also build up our Nintendo collection. Here we are at our game showcase, and we just made a quick sale. Sold one item. It's gonna be this HP black ink cartridge. We sold this one for around 13 bucks and picked it up for like $2 at a Goodwill. We actually made a couple more sales. We sold a DVD or a collection of DVDs. It's gonna be these Slayer DVDs. There's 3 of them here, and we bundled them up on eBay together and ended up selling them for around 28 bucks. Picked these all up for $2 a piece at a flea market. And then we sold one more item, and it's going to be this Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers. Really popular game on the original Xbox apparently, even missing a manual. We sold this one for $23.50, and we picked this up for around $3 at a Goodwill. After eBay fees and shipping for these items, this is how much we'll get to add back to our game fund. Back out here at the Goodwills this week, and this Goodwill in particular has been pretty good. I've been scoring on some video games every time I come here. Got a row of games right here, and it's actually a good variety of games. Got some PlayStation 2 games that are probably not worth much. They're all priced at around $2.99. And also some PlayStation 3 games. We got this Borderlands game right here. Thought this could have had some value since it is a Game of the Year edition. Really fun game though. Gonna pass on it. They also have some PlayStation 3 games that I might be interested in. So they have this Fast and Furious Showdown game. They made so many like Fast and Furious movie games or spin-offs. I think I will decide to grab this one. And then they also have this Walking Dead Telltale game. I guess this includes like all the episodes. Doesn't really hold much value. It is complete as well. Probably will pass on it. Only like one other game I may consider, and it's this garden game. really thinking about picking some of these up and using them as trade bait. It's actually pink tag this week too, so it'll only be like $1.50. So may think about the future and possibly do like a trade-in video if I have enough to do that. Checking out the shoe section next. I haven't picked up a shoe in a while in this series. Saw these and definitely caught my eye. These are some Adidas Ultra Boosts, very popular shoe, a really good cushion, very comfortable. I own a pair and wear it all the time. Size 11 and a half. They're in very good condition too, as you guys can see, and they are marked at $9.99. So for 10 bucks, these things usually go for anywhere from like 40 to 60. And I'm thinking this will move pretty quick by looking at the condition. So I think this will be a pickup. Really nice stop and find. Hey guys, made my way into a St. Vincent De Paul store. Just a decent thrift store chain in my area. And sometimes they sell some video games, sometimes they sell cool toys and collectibles like that Jon Snow one. That's actually pretty interesting. 15 bucks on that though. Yeah, so the prices aren't the cheapest at this thrift store, but actually over here in this case, they got some games. Check out this Gears of War GameStop exclusive, what is it, like a comic? Might have to check that out. Looking at the games, there's like one game that I may consider grabbing, which is that Minecraft one. I think loose, it might still be going for around like 15-ish. They got some DS games over here, but nothing too crazy. They got a PSP game, Witcher 2 on the PC, and then some Wii games back there. Can I have a look at this Minecraft game? Is there like any sales today on like,
yeah, blue tie is actually 99 cents.
Oh really?
Yeah, so that would be 99
okay.
cents.
Everything blue tag, I guess?
Yep, except for furniture. We got two.
Could I have a look at this Gears of War magazine, I guess? Okay. Oh wow. And then could I have a look at some of these DS games? There's like two of them right here. Okay. I'll go with all four of these.
Oh, alright.
Just kind of scanning around the store. They got like plushes and a bunch of clothes over there, games, board games, stuff like that over there. And then saw this really nice pair of Nike VN Airs. These are like Vapor Max shoes, which are really valuable shoes. They're $14.98, so not the cheapest. I have like no signal in here, so I can't really scan it up to see if it's really moving on eBay that much. I think I will pass on it though. Pretty happy with the stuff that I do have picked out already, so we'll probably just go with that. Okay, yeah, I think I'll do that.
$6.94. Would you like to round to the nearest dollar?
Here in our game room, and we got some sales. The first item we sold is this Call of Duty Ghost on the PlayStation 4. We sold this one for $18.50 and picked it up for like $3 at a Goodwill. The second item we sold is going to be this Shrek Super Party. A decently popular Xbox original game, I guess. This one sold for around $15. Missing a manual, and we picked it up for around $3 at a Goodwill as well. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to our game fund. Alright guys, so there's been a lot of talk about GameStop in the recent news with them opening a lot more retro stores, or I guess updating their stores to be retro. So just checked out their website and looked up some retro stores around me, and apparently my local GameStop that I always go to is considered a retro store. It's just called GameStop plus Retro, so I'm assuming they sell both new games and old games. I'm assuming everything's gonna still look the same because they were selling retro games before, but I guess now they're putting it out on display. So we'll just go in, check it out, see if they did make any updates to the store. So walking into the store, the only real difference I saw was there was a rack in the back corner of the store which contained all of the retro games. You had Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. They had a couple of Wii games. They had this Donkey Kong Returns, which is a Donkey Kong game. I don't have a Donkey Kong game in the collection yet. Also some Wii U games. You can see this Mario Party 10. And a couple of other games, nothing really catching my eye. They had a Wind Waker HD. So I believe a lot of the retro games from around the area just get shipped here since this is the retro location. Still have to check out some of the other GameStops to see if they are still selling retro games though. Spotted this Tales of Symphonia, which was an interesting one. And then down here you had some Nintendo 3DS games. Saw this Bravely Second game. I played Bravely Default 2 on the Switch, and I had a good time with it. Wasn't really reviewed too well though. Some Pokemon games for a decent price, I guess. They had an Ocarina of Time for $40 on the 3DS. So really nothing too interesting at this stop. Yeah, it's weird, I guess. Checking out the 360 section next, and they had this Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. Really good one, good remake of the original Halo. They had a Fallout game. They had a lot of like loose games with printed cases. Other than that, didn't really see anything interesting, so just ended up passing up on all of this. They also had a display case full of loose DS games as well. They just kind of threw it all in here. They had one N64 game, this Perfect Dark, for 18-ish bucks. Not sure who's out here buying loose DS games, but I mean the prices weren't too bad. Are they priced at all? Could I have a look, I guess?
1080 and Cruising World. Let me see. So this one's $10.
Okay.
Pricing down as I go. Cruising World.
What was the first game again that you had scanned?
War Gods was $10.
Okay.
You must have gotten more. Last time I checked, we only had 3.
Yeah.
We didn't have Perfect Dark before.
Okay. I think I'll grab these two then.
Okay. Oh, I gotta use your coupon again. There you go. Thank you for calling.
Here we are now at Universal Collectibles, just a game store down the street from my place. They had a decent amount of GameCube games and some Switch games. Saw this Paper Mario Origami King. I've never played that one and I heard it wasn't that great. Next, took a look at the Wii U section and I found this Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. I don't even know if this is an actual game or not, but it was for $8. And then they also had a Mario Party 10 for a pretty high amount. I did see this Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze game though for around 14 bucks. This one definitely caught my eye and was considering this one for a pickup. Next we took a look at some of the NES games. He had a good amount of pretty cheap ones. The first one I spotted was this Yoshi's Cookie for around 12 bucks. And then this original Yoshi game, I think this was the first Yoshi game that released. I don't really come across Yoshi games too often, but decided to just grab the original one and put this Yoshi's Cookie. I think that was the sequel to this one. But again, just a ton of NES games. He had like 2 whole trays of them. Took a look at some of the Super Nintendo games next and spotted this Star Fox for around 18 bucks. Was gonna pass on this. Just kind of get an idea of how much some of these Nintendo franchise games are on these cartridge-based platforms. Spotted another Yoshi's game. Got a lot of like toys and collectibles selling here.
Some here, some there.
And just like that, guys, that wraps up our game hunting for this week. Another shorter week for you guys, but still got some nice pickups. We started off at a Goodwill like we always do, and we actually found a nice pair of shoes to pick up. These are Adidas Ultra Boost, and these actually go for around like $40 to $60. Really nice condition and really happy with this one. And they came away with 2 games. We got this Fast and Furious Showdown game. They made just so many of these Fast and Furious games. I've never played this. Not sure how well they are though. And then this Let's Play Garden game on the Wii. We got it for half off, so like $1.50. Hoping to do like a trade-in video maybe in the future. We made a visit to a St. Vincent De Paul thrift store. This is just a common thrift store chain in our area, and picked up a couple of items for a very good price. We got Minecraft on the Xbox 360, disc only. It was blue tag this week, so this was actually 99 cents. We came away with 2 DS games as well for $1.50 each. We got this Kung Zoo game. Never played these games before, but they actually did make a decent amount of these zoo games on the Nintendo platforms. Great to be able to pick up a nice little DS game for cheap. And then also this Monster Jam Urban Assault game. Again, they made a couple of these Monster Jam games on the Nintendo, so I guess these sold pretty well. And then lastly, we got this Gears of War comic book. I had no idea they created this back in 2008. I mean, Gears of War was really big during that time span, and for them to make a comic book is actually kind of crazy. This is a GameStop exclusive too. Not sure how rare this is, but we'll probably put this on eBay and see how well it does. If it doesn't sell, I'll be happy to keep it. They even got some WWE advertising on the back as well. This Undertaker and Kane promotion on here with these mini busts. There's been a lot of buzz recently about GameStop and them updating some of the stores to GameStop Retro. One of my local GameStops was considered to be one of these retro stores, so picked up a couple of Nintendo 64 games. They actually had some decent ones for a really good price, all under like 15 bucks. The first game I picked up was San Francisco Rush. This is an arcade racer, I guess. Never played it before. I played some of the cruising games. Apparently this one was pretty popular as well. It didn't look too interesting to me, but did pick it up for around 12 bucks. And then the second game we got was War Gods on the N64. Pretty common game. It's a fighting game where you fight as like gods. These are like created gods by the developers. Wasn't reviewed too great as a game, but I guess a lot of people did enjoy playing this game still. Picked it up for 10 bucks, so not a bad price. And then lastly, we made a visit to one of my local game stores called Universal Collectibles and just picked up some Nintendo franchise games. We've got the original Yoshi game on the NES. This is actually a puzzle style game, a really weird one, honestly. Similar to like Tetris or like Dr. Mario, where you got like these platforms. Mario's holding these platforms, and you got blocks of Mario creatures and monsters where you have to stack them up and put them inside of this egg, and then once you complete the egg, Yoshi pops out. Yeah, really strange game. It's the first Yoshi game, so no better way to grab this and mark our first tally for that on our list. And then the second game we got is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This is probably one of the best games on the Wii U. Still keeps that original Donkey Kong style of game. The graphics look amazing, same with the worlds that you get to go through. I believe they released this on the Switch too, so maybe I'll have to check that out whenever I get the chance. But yeah guys, another week down. It's been really busy for me, so hopefully next week I can do a lot more game hunting try to add a lot more games to my collection and flip some more items to build up our game fund. Gonna add all this to our shelf right now and also tally up 2 more games on our list. We're moving through this kind of quick, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think I'm just starting off with some of the lower priced games, so I'm definitely gonna look for some higher priced games as well. But yeah, that's all I pretty much got for this week. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one.